Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
In the last class, we have completed with attributes. If you follow the, my material, at the end of the topic, we have an interview questions. Can you please go through and, tell me what did you understand in your own words? The first question is, what is informat syntax and example? What is informat, anybody?
It is a special instruction which reads the non-standard data into standard format.
What is the syntax? Where we should write and how we should write it?
We can write directly the input statement or separate statement.
Separate. What is the statement?
Informat statement.
Second question, what is format and syntax?
Special instruction asking
It is
SAS
special
to
instruction
read
that to write the
data
data
into
output
the
data
output
set.
data set. Specific manner.
To write the data into output data set. To write the data. What is the syntax?
Format.
You should write format in separate statement. Format.
Yes, sir.
statement.
Format, variable name, and then whatever the format you want to, you can apply. Then third question, write any three information formats with examples.
Date, time,
Character information.
Comma, date, time, and DDM
Date time, date time.
Character informats. Character formats. Numerical. Yes. Yes. Fourth question. What is user-defined formats? How can you create it?
Formats
by
proc format available in SAS, whichever we are creating by us is our user-defined formats.
We create our own format. User-defined format.
Very good. As a SAS
can
programmer,
create
if you create our own formats, then it is called user-defined formats. How to create?
proc
Format value.
value
format and value for informats.
And even we can use picture also.
Picture for.
Yes, sir.
Now, difference between informat and format.
Informat is
to read
the data
into the output.
Format
is to write the
Informat is to read the data into SAS. Format is to write the data into output data set. Very good. Explain about the character informats and formats. Character informats and formats.
Useful to read
character informats used to read data into character variable.
So character informats both are same. You no need to write separate informats and formats. The same information can also work as a format. So tell me a few examples. Variable. Very good. Seventh question. What is the difference between dollar with dot and a dollar char with dot? Dollar with dot will align the data on the left side, but dollar char with dot, if you have the spaces, it will keep
retain the spaces.
As such.
Very good. Now, sixth question. Write about the below numerical information and formats with some examples. You know what, right? What do you mean by comma W.D? When we have a comma, we can use. When you want to comma, you can also use a comma. So W stands for width, D stands for decimal. In the same way, you know $W.D, you know percentage W.D. Do you know best W.D? You don't know, right?
Yes, sir.
I will explain that one. Seventh question, write about the below date informats and formats values with the current system date. Take the today's date and explain how we can present in date 7. What is today's? Today is 30th of December. How we can write in date 7 format?
30 days.
30 DEC 22.
30 days.
22.
Only 22. Only 22, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Date 9.4 digit here.
30
22
DEC 2022.
2022.
Very good. DDMM by 8 dot.
30
30 slash
12 slash
slash
2022.
2022.
2020.
You guys know that. So you can go through that all. Eighth question, how dates works in SAS?
Elaborate. Dates are non-standard
Elapsed.
So since
Elapsed
non-standard data,
number
what we
of
should?
days.
Okay, very good.
We
In
should
SAS,
write
we need to, very good, is to store the dates in as a numbers. So in order to read it as a numbers, to store it as a number, SAS will store the dates as a elapsed number of days. From when? From 1960 January
1960
to
January
to
the given date value.
very good. The difference between these two dates will be saved as an elapsed number of days. That is how SAS will remember it as a numerical data. Okay. Now, carefully listen this one. Ninth question. I have a variable called DOB and the values are in date 7 format. I'm reading that values into SAS without specifying any information. So what is the output? If I use with information, what is the output? So in the data, I have date values in date 7 format, but I'm not using any information. What will happen?
We have
Am I
less
going to get the
number
data?
of
If I'm not using any information,
we
will I
don't
get the
get
data?
No.
Will not get the data.
No, so
Very good. Now, if I use a proper information, then how the SAS is going to read the dates?
Numerical. In the
Elapsed
date
number of
in
Elapsed number of
30 DEC 22.
Elapsed number of
days.
days.
it will read as an elapsed number of days, isn't it?
Number of days.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Now, 10th question, I have a variable called a DOB and the values are in date type. I'm reading that values into SAS without specifying any information. So what is the output? Am I going to get the data if I'm not using any information?
No, sir.
If I use a proper information, then what will happen?
elapsed number
Elapsed number.
Elapsed number of
seconds.
first
From
January
1960
day midnight 12 o'clock.
night 12 o'clock.
Very good.
to the given
From
date
1st
time.
January 1960, from 1st January 1960, Jan to
12 o'clock to
midnight 12 o'clock to given date.
given date.
Yes.
Now, 11th question, I have a variable called birth time and the values are in time 8. I'm reading the data without specifying information. Then what will happen?
No
data.
We can't get the data.
Output data.
No data.
You will not get the data. If I use a proper information, then how we are going to get the data?
elapsed number of seconds. Midnight 12 of that day. Midnight 12 o'clock. Given time.
Well, from that day, midnight 12 o'clock.
Given time.
Well, then the 12th question, while reading the data, when I use the information for date variables, values are coming as numbers, but I want as a date. What should I do?
Use for
Format.
Use format statement.
You should use a format. Yes.
Format.
Dates, no. You should use whatever the format you want to, you can use it. Date value. Now, 13th question. I have a date value 10th February 1959. I'm reading the data into SAS using information. What is the value in output data set? I don't know how much, what value you'll get, but you will get a negative value, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
14th question. I have a date value 10th February 2012. I'm reading the data into SAS using information. What is the value in the output data? You'll get a huge value, but you'll get a positive value.
Positive value.
Very good. Now the 15th question, we have data is available in so-and-so location. Please do all the tasks for information format. Then 16th question, what is the purpose of label statement? What is the purpose of label statement?
Name, give the
To label
variable.
the variables,
Assign a label for a
to
particular
give names to the variables.
Very good. To assign
variable.
alias name, descriptive name, or a temporary name to a SAS
Or
variable.
temporary name to the variable.
Very good. Now, 17th question. What is the syntax of label statement?
Label.
Label.
Label
Name is equal to quotation. Now, by the way, what is the length of the label we can write? Maximum?
256
256
256.
256 characters.
256.
We can have special characters. We can have numbers. We can start with numbers. We can do all the things.
Stay.
Now, 18th question. What is the difference between rename option and a label statement?
Rename.
Label statement is used for
Label is
labeling column attributes. No,
rename is a
like
data.
variables.
It's a data statement.
Rename the
See,
variables. Sir. It's
Rename
used
is
to rename.
used to
Rename
rename
is
the
written in
variables.
data statement. Label is
Okay.
separate statement.
Which it remains
Then what is the
rename
purpose
the
of rename
permanent-
option?
Permanently rename
To
the
rename
Very
the
good.
It's
Rename the
permanently
variable.
rename the variables.
Yes,
Sir.
that
Rename
variable.
rename
Is used
option.
to change the
Yeah.
name.
Rename option will rename variable name permanently, but
Yes.
label statement will give temporary or
just
alias
a
name.
temporary or
Rename
alias
is
name.
permanent. Okay. Now, 19th question. What is the difference between label statement and label option?
Label option is
Label option is
names
used
the
for
data
column
data
attributes.
set.
Label
Labeled to the
option is for
data set.
data set.
option data set name.
Very good.
Label
Label
statement
option
means
for a data set. Label statement is for
variable name.
where. Understand? No confusion, right?
Yes.
Now,
So
20th question.
again, label statement and label option.
Label option is for data set.
Hmm.
Label statement is for variable. So, for example, data, I'm writing class 1, set, SAS help dot class, semicolon run. You know, if I write here in the data statement here, what is this? This is label option.
Label option.
Good. So, for example, if I write like this one, this is for what? This is for data set.
Variable.
Data set, this is for.
Data set.
Yeah, sir. This would be
If I write
better.
a label statement, sex is equal to gender. This is what? This is statement. Statement is for what? Statement is for
Variables.
variables.
Variable.
Yeah. If I execute the program, we are going to have a work library class data set. Now, if I write whatever the student data have given, it is going to get applied here. This is for data set. And if I write a label, sex is equal to gender, this will be get applied for variable. Understand?
Yes.
Now, what is the difference between statement and option? You don't know yet. We'll discuss in today's class. Now, the 21st question, what is the significance of label name is equal to empty name, label name is equal to empty quotations?
Label name empty.
It will remove the label name.
Remove the label
No.
name.
No, it will give blank
Cancel.
space.
Blank
No.
space, sir.
It will give the blank space. When it will remove the label, if you write like this one, if I write, label, if I write label is name is equal to semicolon. Now this will cancel,
Yes, sir.
but this will keep blank space.
Blank space.
Now data is available in so and so location. Please do the tasks for label statement. And then 23rd question, what is length statement? Why we use the length statement? Tell me what is length statement?
To assign the length of
Which is
Uh,
specifies the length of the
length to
variable.
variable.
To assign the length for SAS variable. Now, what is the syntax of label statement? Sorry, what is the syntax of length statement?
Length is
Length.
equal
Length.
length,
And what will be a
variable
numerical
name.
or character?
If it is a character variable,
Variable
dollar
name,
symbol.
Dollar
If it is a
symbol,
character variable, dollar symbol, then the length.
6 dot.
Dot.
But if it is in a numerical variable, just simply
We don't
va-
require
length,
dollar.
variable
Put
name.
dollar symbol.
But if it is a character variable, how much length we can write? We can write anything between 1 to
Up to
32,767.
32,000.
But if it is a numerical variable, you can write anything between 3 to 8.
12.
3 to 8.
8 bytes.
Isn't it? 8 bytes is equal to 12 digits.
8 bytes is also 12, sir.
Now, 25th question, where should I write a length statement before input statement? Why not after the input statement? Why should I write a length statement before input? Why not after the input statement?
Because before input the length.
For input.
Length
It
statement
will
is
variable
already
order
default
for the
length will be
variable.
It will already defines the length.
Yeah. So somebody is
Input
saying
statement,
variable order. No, not variable order. If you write a length first, if you write input statement first, by default input statement will assign the length 8.
8
So
bytes.
if you write a length after the input, it is going to become waste.
Okay.
So whichever statement goes in the first position, that will decide the length. Okay, so always you should write the length before the input. If you are writing along with the set, you should always write the before the set. Okay. Now, 26th question, we have a task for length statement. Please do the task. 27th question, what is attribute statement? It is a multi-utility statement. You can apply all the attributes in one statement. What are the attributes we can apply?
One statement.
Length,
Length,
format,
Format, informat.
Very good. What is the syntax of attribute statement? Attrib, variable name.
variable name.
If you want to apply the length is equal to. If you want to apply the label is equal to.
Label
If you want
equal
to apply the informat is equal to. If you want to apply the format is equal to.
Format
And then the second variable, then the third variable, and finally you should write a semicolon. The whole attribute statement is only one statement. Okay. Now, 29th question, write the name of variable attributes. What are the attributes, 6 attributes that you know?
Variable name,
Variable name,
variable
type,
type,
variable
informat and format.
type.
All the 6 variable name, data type, length, label, informat, and format. These 6 things are called variable attributes. Okay. Now, 30th question, how can you see all of variable attributes of a data set? If you want to see all the attributes in one go, how we can see that one?
By giving
I told you, remember, there is a procedure called proc contents. Remember, if you want to see all the variable attributes in one go, in one place, we should write a proc contents procedure. I will explain that during the proc step.
Yes.
Then 31st question, we have a tasks in so and so folder. You have to complete all the tasks. Can you do the tasks, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
can you share the questions in WhatsApp group, sir? RD is not working, sir.
No. Didn't get hard copy of this one? My notes, my material. They have given hard copy, right?
yes, we have.
Yes, sir.
Then in the hard copy, in the attributes topic, in the last, we are going to have these questions. This whatever the sharing these notes, they might have given hard copy to you. Tasks I shared in WhatsApp, no?
Already shared.
Yes, sir. In that also it is
Yes.
there.
Attributes and all.
Sir, what the
The hard copy is in page 93, sir.
I didn't get you, Shashi Reddy. Come again.
Sir, in task materials, your notes were placed in my sir.
Yeah.
Then what the path, sir, in the task materials, how to
Is it in server?
redirect?
You're asking about the server.
Yes, sir.
In the server, you should go to computer, Z drive.
Okay.
Then in the Z drive, you can find the notes. Okay, in the notes folder, go to Srinivas sir notes, click on the Srinivas sir folder, then go to Srini's base and advanced as,
Sir, wait, sir.
then
Notes, Srinivas sir.
Srinivas sir notes, in that Srini's base and advanced as.
Srini's base and advanced, sir.
Yes. In that again, you are going to have one more folder called notes.
Notes.
Yeah. In that we can find a topic wise each topic.
Okay.
We are going to have Word documents. So attributes is the topic that we are discussing now. There only you can find some textbooks. If you want, I can give some more textbooks, and you can start reading the reference books also. There is two wonderful books called Little SAS and SAS Example for Rankodi. Those two are international books, very, very gold standard books. If you have time, please go through those books. If you want, I can upload those books in WhatsApp. Okay, everybody follow.
Yes, sir. Please
upload.
As a faculty, I can give you a strong foundation, but as a learner, you need to, build up on that, whatever that foundation I'm giving, because I cannot tell you each and every scenario. I cannot tell you, in any faculty cannot tell you each and everything. Okay, you need to build on that.
Right. Okay.
I will share those two books. Yes.
Scan over, scan రెండు ఆప్షన్స్ ఒకటేనా సార్?
Scan over is in option in file statement. Scan is the function.
Okay.
Okay. We'll discuss about the Scan over is in file statement option.
Yes.
But scan is a function. We'll discuss about the function later.
Okay.
Sir, what is the second book name, sir?
SAS Example for Rankodi.
SAS Example for Rankodi.
By example by Rankodi. That is a very RANCODY. RANCODY.
Okay, sir. Please share in WhatsApp, sir.
Yeah, I will do that. If you are willing to learn, I can give you 100 books on SAS. Learning SAS by example, where this is the book. Okay. If you buy this one on Amazon, it is going to be 5,000 or 6,000.
Sir, in this clinical SAS will be there, sir?
No, it is only for base and advanced. If you are coming to clinical, I'll give you later when we are going to the project. I'll give you SAS with the clinical. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, Rankodi is the second. First was what?
Little SAS. This one.
So can you share this?
Sure. Both I'm going to share on the WhatsApp. Whenever you have fun. Little SAS is somewhat easy, very basic level. But Rankodi is a little bit challenging. First to go through the little SAS and then go with the Rankodi. Okay? Okay. First go through the little SAS. Yes.
Sir, in which group, sir? I was not from this batch.
Shweta?
Yes,
Come
sir.
again?
Yes, sir. Sir, నేను ఈ బ్యాచ్ కాదు సార్ ఈ వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో ఉన్నాను. సో వేర్ విల్ యూ షేర్ దీస్ బుక్స్?
Ping me on WhatsApp. I'll share that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, in which group are you going to share this book, sir? 7 p.m.
We have 7 p.m. September Srinivasa or something. I'm not sure about the group name. We have a WhatsApp group for night.
Sir, will it be shared in 2022, sir? Then all members.
Okay. Okay, sure. Somebody tell me. Yes.
సార్ ఇప్పుడున్న క్వశ్చన్స్ లో 9th 10th క్వశ్చన్ ఒకసారి ప్రాక్టికల్ గా చెప్తారా సార్?
9th or 10th, what is that question? Give me 1 second.
Format, informative.
This one?
Yes, sir. నాకు లాజిక్ అర్థం కాదు.
I have a variable called DOB. Say for example, nothing is there. Say for example, I'm creating a data set called a demo. Okay. In that I have two variables. I have, EID, employee ID, and date of birth. Okay. I'm writing data lines 101, 21st September 97, 102, 03 May 98, 103, 17 April 19. Tell me what is going to happen if I execute this program. Am I going to get the data into date of birth?
No.
No, sir.
Because I'm saying it is a numerical variable, but the data we have alphanumerical value, so you will not get. But what you will get a period symbol. Because I'm declaring this as a numerical variable in the PDV, you will have a period symbol, isn't it? For all the numerical variables. Since it cannot read it, you're going to get just a period symbol. So that is the question says. So if the data contains date 7 format, but if I'm not using any format, what is the output? You'll get a period symbol. But if I use a proper format, then what will happen? What is the proper format for this one? Date 7.
21st is date 7.
If I use date 7 format, then what? How the SAS is going to read this data?
Elapsed number of days.
Elapsed number of days from 1960 Jan 1st to given date.
Given date time.
That is the question. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, the next topic we are going to discuss now. Tell me, I will tell you first of all, I don't know whether you're sure or not. In the SAS help library, we have a class data set. Do you know what variables we have in the class data set? Anybody? In the SAS help data class, we have name variable, sex variable,
height, weight.
and weight. Very good. So take it as a reference now. Tell me, with our current knowledge, I want to create a class 1 data set from SAS help class. Okay. While I'm creating in the class 1, I want to have only name and age. What you will do with your current knowledge? How will you get only name and age into class?
Keep option
In the data.
Okay, you're not a normal person. Tell me how to write the syntax. Data, open the parenthesis.
Is equal.
And
Keep is equal to
Keep is equal
name,
age.
So the parenthesis.
Yes.
Excellent. This is what we have learned during the data statement, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If I execute the program, I'm going to have a class 1 data set. In that, I'm going to have a name and age. But in today's class, I'm going to write the same thing in a different manner. Now, data, I'm creating a class 2 data set. Now, set, I'm creating this from SAS class. My requirement is I want to have name and weight. Now, I'm writing keep space, name, space, weight, semicolon, run. Now, if I execute this program, I want to make it simple, name and age. If I execute this program, what variables we are going to have in the class 2?
Name age.
In the class 2 also, I'm going to have a name age. But here I'm letting keep option in the data statement, but this is called keep statement.
Keep statement.
Both the option statement, both is going to give the same result. Okay, so here also in the class 1, I'm going to have a name and age only. In the class 2 also, I'm going to have name and age only. But this is called data set or data statement option. But what is this? This is keep statement. Okay. Now, what is the difference between keep option and keep statement?
If we write something,
what is the difference between option and the statement? Now we'll see that one. And to explain this one in today's class, we are going to start discussing about SAS statements. The topic that we are going to discuss in today's class is the next 3-4 classes is going to be SAS statements. Very, very important. I told you from the previous class, what and all we are going to discuss, everything is very important for the real time. Okay. Now, what is the difference between these two? We'll see now. Just imagine I want to create 3 data sets, DS1, DS2, and DS3. And I want to create all the 3 data sets from SAS class. Okay. And by the way, in all the three data sets, I want to have name and weight. All the three data sets, DS1, DS2, DS3, I want to have name and weight, only two variables. What you will do? If you start applying option, how we should option? Data, data set name, open the parenthesis. Now what you will write now? Keep is equal to name space weight, close the parenthesis. Now tell me, if I execute this program in the DS1, what variables I'm going to have?
Name and weight.
What about the DS2?
All the variables.
In the DS2 also, I want to have a name and weight. Again, what should I do? Open the parenthesis, keep is equal to name and weight, close the parenthesis. In the DSL also, I want to have name and weight, no other choice. You have to write again, keep is equal to, yes, I want to have name space weight. Though I have a same requirement, you should write for each data set. So in the DS1, I'm going to have a name and weight. In the DS2 also, I'm going to have name and weight. In the DS3 also, I'm going to have a name and weight. But now I want to create three data sets, DS4, space DS5, DS6, set I'm creating sasser.class from sasser.class. Now see, I'm writing the same thing like this one. Now I'm writing keep, name, space, weight. You know what I'm writing here? Statement or option? Statement. Now, remember, if you write a statement, when you're creating a multiple data sets, the same statement works in the same way for all the three data sets.
Okay, sir.
You no need to write a separate statement. One statement will work for all the multiple data sets that what you are creating. Now that means if I execute the program in the DS4, DS5, and DS6, what variables I'm going to have now?
Name and weight.
So that means when you're writing in a statement in a program, for all the data sets that are creating in one program, the statement will works in the same way for all the three data sets, for all the data sets. But if you want to write an option, what we should do? You have to write an option for individual each data set. Understand this one? Is this clear? The same statement work in the same way for all the data sets. But if you're trying to write an option for each data set, you should write. Clear this one?
Yes, sir.
Now, this time, I want to create a demo one data set. In the demo one data set, you know what I want to have? I want to have name and sex. Now I want to create a demo two data set. In that, I want to have name and age. Now, I want to write a program. I want to create multiple data sets, two data sets, but I have a different requirement. Tell me what is the program that you will write. Data. I want to have a demo one, demo two, semicolon, set. I'm writing this as self.class. Now, can I write a keep statement? No.
No, sir.
Yes,
No.
sir. Keep
name.
No, I cannot write a keep statement because if I write a keep statement in the demo one, demo two, we're going to have the same data.
Same data, sir.
Same name.
I want to have a different data, so I cannot write keep statement in this scenario. Now I should go with only keep option because I have a different requirement. Now after the demo one, keep is equal to, I should write name space sex now. And then again demo to open the parenthesis. Now again I should write keep is equal to name and age. So that means when you are creating a multiple data sets, if both the data sets have same requirement, we will go with keep statement. When you're creating multiple data sets, each data set has a different requirement. What we will do? We will go with keep option.
Keep options.
Now, say for example, when we have the same requirement, we have two choices. Again, you can go with the keep statement or keep option, isn't it? Which one is better?
Statement, sir.
Statement.
Why statement is better? We'll check. Remember when I'm discussing about backend process, I told you we are going to have a compilation phase. In the compilation phase, again I told you we are going to have three important phases. Remember what were the phases that we had?
Input buffer,
EDV. Very good. Now say for example, just imagine I have written keep option. Okay, Just imagine I'm writing a keep option. If you write keep option, where the keep option will work, we'll go to our old slide. Just imagine I'm writing a keep option. If you write keep option, what will happen? Keep option works after the PDB here. Keep option works after PDB. But if you write keep statement, where it will work? It will work here before PDB. Now, what are the advantages if it is work before PDB, or what are the advantage if it works after PDB? Now see what is going. Now I told you generally data how it is going to move when the iteration taking place. The record will move from the input buffer into, I told you what, into PDB. Now if you write a statement, if I write keep, say for example name and sex, the data will be get filtered when the data is entering before the PDB. So that data will be get filtered before the data is entering into the PDB. So that means whatever the data that you want to have, we are filtering the data before the PDB. So in this scenario, SAS will do less work. But say for example, if you have written a keep option, where the keep option is working after the PDB, by the time all the data entered from input buffer into PDB. So all the work has been done. Now we are filtering the data when the data is entering from the PDB into the data set. What is the point you are filtering the data there? SAS has done all the work by the time. Understand? Say, for example, I will tell you two scenarios. I'm telling that tomorrow you do not have a class. Okay, and you will make other arrangements. You will make time useful for other purposes. But if I say everybody came to the class, everybody joined, then I announced that there is no class. Which one is better? The previous one or the latter one?
Informing before
Before one, isn't it? But because you will go, since I'm announcing before 24 hours before, you will do other work. Isn't it? But if everybody came to the class, everybody, they prepared for the class, everybody came for the class and they joined, and then I announced that there is no class. So you done all your efforts, you put all your efforts to join the class. You came all through from office and you got ready and now you're ready for the class. Now I announced that there is no class. The second one is not so efficient, isn't it? In the same way, if the data has got filtered before entering the PDB itself, SAS is going to do less work. That's why this is more efficient. So statement will work before PDB. And where the option works after the PDB. By the time all the work has been done, so only the data is getting filtered when the data is entering from the PDB into the data set. Both are going to be the same work, but efficiency-wise, statements are far better than options. Understand this one?
Sir, but in case of newly created variables created after PDB, sir, then keep statement is effective in this case, sir?
Yes, anytime. Keep statement works before PDB, that is going to be better, far better than option.
For newly created variables also,
newly created variable, both are same. For newly created variable, both options and statements are going to be the same because we are creating from existing data set.
Okay. The SAS effort is same for
less.
both.
SAS is going to be will do less work when you use a statement. When you use an option, SAS already done all the work. Since SAS has already done all the work, what is the point if you are writing that time or not? Understand this?
For newly created variables, the SAS effort is going to be same.
Same.
Okay.
Clear, everybody? Now, we'll see the third difference. So, for example, I want to print the data set. If you want to print the data set, what is the program that we will write?
Proc print.
No, I'm writing proc print. Data is equal to data set name. I'm writing, say, for example, I want to print the SAS data. While I'm printing, I want to print a name, sex, and age. So I'm trying to write a keep statement. Keep name, sex, age. Semicolon. I'm writing the run statement. Can you see? When I'm writing the keep statement, by the way, is this the statement or option?
Red with color.
Statement.
Statement. Can you see, by writing the statement red in color, that means you cannot write a keep statement in a proc step. I'm trying to execute the program, but I'm getting all the variables. I want to say what exactly happened. I'll go to the log window. In the log window, this is the note I'm getting. The drop and keep statements are not supported in procedure steps. So that means you cannot write keep statement and drop statement in proc step. But anyway, I want to print only these three variables. Now this time I'm trying like this one. I'm writing proc print data is equal to SAS help dot class. Anyway, now after that I'm opening the parenthesis. Keep is equal to name, sex, age, close the parenthesis. Now write the run statement. Now see, if I execute this program, now can you see what is going to happen? We are getting only the three variables. So that means what you can understand from this one, we can write keep option both in data step and proc step. But keep statement we can write only in
Data step.
data step.
Data step.
Now, first of all, how we can define keep statement? What is the purpose of keep statement? Keep statement is useful to specify the variables that you want to keep in the data set. Variables that we want to keep or process into final data set. Understand? Then what is the difference between keep statement and keep option? Tell me, what is the difference between keep statement and keep option?
We can write keep option both in data and proc step.
The first difference is, keep statement, the same statement when you're creating, when we are creating multiple data sets, when creating multiple data sets, the same statement will work in the same way for all the data sets, isn't it? For all the data sets. What about the keep option? We should write separate. It works for individual data sets. And by the way, you can write a statement anywhere in SAS program. Anywhere in the SAS program. But where we should keep option? Only after data set name, after the data set name, within parenthesis. Then the next difference is keep statement works only in data step. What about the keep option? It works both in data step and proc step. Okay, now keep statement. It is more efficient. Why? Because it works
Before PDB.
Before PDB. It is less efficient. Keep option is less efficient because
It works after
PDB.
Because it works after PDB. Clear, everybody? Very important question you'll get. What is the difference between statement and an option? Because all the statement works before PDB, all the options works after PDB. So what if it works before PDB? If it works before PDB, it is more efficient because SAS will do less work. Understand this one?
Sir, but while we're using in the proc step, it's only for temporary output only, right, sir?
Whenever you want to have print, I don't want to have all the variables to print. So if you want to have only few variables, you'll write keep.
It works for only for temporary output only.
Where? In the case of proc, because for pre-boarding, for printing, we are using, right?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter even in a temporary order. So I want to have report in that way, I will use keep for proc.
Okay.
Clear, everybody? Okay, I'll go to the next one. Yes. Yes, Subhashini. No, you are not audible. Now, the next statement that we have is a drop statement. What is the purpose of drop statement? It excludes
Variables.
Variables.
We want to drop
variables from final data set. Now, say for example, I want to create a data set called class 1. Okay. In the class 1, I do not want to have a height variable. Generally, according to your current knowledge, what you will do, based on your current knowledge, you will write a data set name, open the parenthesis. What you will do? Drop is equal to, if you do not want to have weight variable, drop is equal to weight. Now, you will get all the variables except weight variable because we are dropping it. So from today onwards, we can write like this one also. Data class 2 set SAS help dot class. Then I'm writing drop weight. Very simple. You don't need it equal to symbol or something. Just drop the variable name. Now we execute the program. So class 2, there is no weight variable. Can you see this one? So we have two chances. We can write A is a drop option. Now drop statement. Again.
Shall we write options in set statements?
Yeah, you can write it. I will tell that one. Set statement options I will take. Yeah, there is a difference. I will tell that because depends on the faculties. Some faculties, they will discuss data statements, set statements, and in one go, but I will discuss set statement options, separate topic. Okay?
Okay.
Understand this one? So tell me, you only tell me when we are going to use it, drop option, when we are going to use a drop statement. When you're creating, what the drop statement will do? When you're creating multiple data sets, if you write a drop statement, the same drop statement works in the same way for all the data sets that are created under one data set, isn't it? But if you try to write an option, how we should write it?
for the individual
each,
data set. For individual data set, we have to
each
write
and every data set we have to write. And then second, but if you have same requirement, we will go with the drop statement. But if you have a different requirement,
have to go with
Drop
option.
Option.
we have to go with options.
Drop options.
Now, drop statement work only in data step. Drop option works both in data step and proc step.
Proc step.
And which one is more efficient?
Statement.
That drop
Statement.
statement.
Drop statement is more efficient because it works before PDB.
Before PDB.
Understand this one, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
give example of multiple data set we will apply in a statement.
So for example, I want to create a DS1, DS2, DS3, DS4, or DS5. You know, in all the 5 data sets, I do not want to have sex variable. Then what you will do? Will you go with the statement or option?
Statement, sir.
Statement, because the same statement work in the same way for all the 5 data sets. Okay, but now in the DS1, I do not want to have a name. DS2, I do not want to have a sex. DS3, I do not want to have age. DS4, I do not want to have height. In DS5, I do not want to have weight. The different requirement. Then what you will do?
Drop options.
You will go with option. Because I have different requirement. I want to create multiple data sets. Then what I will do after the DS1, open the parenthesis, drop is equal to name. Now after the DS2, again open the parenthesis, drop is equal to, say for example, I do not want to have a sex variable. In the DS3, I'm writing a drop is equal to, say for example, age variable because I do not want to have age variable. And after the DS4, I do not want to have height variable, so I'm writing drop is equal to height. Now I do not want to have weight variable in the DS5. Now I'm writing the drop is equal to weight. Now can I write statement in this scenario? No. No. If you try to write a statement, it doesn't work because the same statement works in the same way for all the data sets. If you want to write only statement, you should write 5 programs because we can create only one data set in such scenario. Understand this one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is how we are going, right? Now, the next one. The next statement that we are going to discuss is a rename statement. It renames variable name permanently. It rename variable name permanently. If you want to rename a variable name permanently, we are going to use a rename statement. But with the current knowledge, say for example, I want to create a DS1 dataset from the work library, sorry, SAS-help.class. Now tell me, I want to rename sex as a gender. With our current knowledge, what you will do? Dataset name.
We will go with rename
In
option.
parenthesis, rename is equals to
Again open
old
parenthesis.
name,
Old name is equal
to gender.
old name is equals to new
close the parenthesis 2 times. This is what we do, isn't it? This is what we know. So because a rename option will rename variable name permanently. But from today onwards, if you want, you can also write a rename statement. How to write the rename statement? Data, I'm creating a DS2 set, I'm creating from the SAS class. Now, rename statement is very simple. Now, rename, simply space, world name is equal to new name. World name sex is equal to new name, gender, semicolon, now Tara. Now select the program, execute the program. Now can you see the DS2 also, the sex has been renamed as a gender. And by the way, this is called a rename option. This is called rename statement. Both will do the same work. Both will rename variable name permanently. But tell me, what are the advantages with both and what are the differences that we have? Rename option works for individual datasets, but rename statement works in the same way for all the datasets that are created under one dataset. Again, rename option works both in data step and proc step, but rename statement works only in data step.
Data step.
Okay, and rename statement is more efficient because it works before PDB. Rename option works after PDB. It is less efficient. Clear, everybody? Is this clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
We'll continue the remaining statements in the next class. I think this is the last class for, yeah, yes, Nikhil.
Keep option and keep like rename option or rename statement we are using, like it is less efficient. Option is very less efficient, but in multiple datasets we need to use that option only, right?
Even though it is less efficient, sometimes you have to write it. Okay.
Based on the necessities we are using.
Yes, based on our requirement, sometimes yes, we use only options. When we have a chance of using both, we'll go with statement.
In dataset we can use both statement and option, but in proc print we can use only option.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That after and before PDB you explain. Now once again you explain.
I'll explain the next class. Okay. Running out of time for the next class. Renuka will do that one on Monday's class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, with the help of these keep, drop, and rename statements instead of options, we will save a lot of memory.
No, memory is not important here. Efficiency. SAS will do less work.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Efficiency wise, it's better.
Sir.
Okay, guys. Okay, then see you. And by the way, I think this is our last class in this year, and everybody very happy, prosperous New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Wish you the same. Okay, guys. See you on Monday.
Thank you, sir.
See you on Monday.
Happy New Year.